9th, 1994. This is day 3 of the third-year cruise of Dancer going up north. I left 3 days ago with Suzanne from Anacortes, and we went up to Nanaimo in the first day, motoring most of the way, almost all the way. Yeah, it was a long day, went over 70 miles. Then yesterday we crossed from Nanaimo over to Ballot Bay and we hit 35-knot winds. Suzanne wasn't feeling too well, so I drove and we hit a top speed of 15 knots. Lots of surfing at 11 knots. It's pretty scary. No jib with a double reef main. And here we are at, can you tell? Squirrel Cove. That's right. You can see the baker's house. And now I'm going to turn down here to my crew Suzanne.
Hi.
Who for the first time in her life caught oysters, and she is going to eat her first oyster.
I tried once before. I spit it out in high school.
She's got some Tabasco on it, and she shucked this oyster, and she's going to just swallow it down.
But maybe spit it out. Can I have a countdown, please?
3, 2, 1, come on. Suzanne ate a loogie. Huh? The seagulls like it.
Nasty.
What was nasty about it, Suzanne?
It was too spicy and tasted like a loogie.
Have you eaten a lot of loogies?
Every time I get a cold. Would you like to know the technique?
Yeah.
Using the Richard signature knife.
Your elbow's kind of in the way.
Oh.
Okay.
There we go. You have to find the right opening.
Today again we had a moderate southeast wind, not 35 knots, but in the low 20s, and we came from Ballot Bay, sailed up to Lund, and then walked around there a little bit, and then sailed from Lund here to Squirrel Cove, just under the jib. It's been mixed weather all day, mostly rain with clouds, and well, she's not going to get this one, gang.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yes, she is. Okay. I was just going to pan around the anchorage here.
Nope. Look.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's get a close-up here.
Dripping juice.
Okay. I don't know if you can tell,
Look for a pearl.
but there's sun coming down. Probably closed up the lens, and there aren't too many boats in here. Maybe 10. The least I've ever had in here. But the high winds have kept people away from boating. So tomorrow we'll be heading up north, maybe go through Yakulta Rapids or one of those, and keep on going. I hope to be leaving most of the boats behind after tomorrow and get more into wilderness area. So it's the morning of May 30th. I've just left Squirrel Cove, bound for Packard Passage in Yakulta Rapids. Suzanne is asleep down below. And just thought I'd take this beautiful picture going up Calm Passage in Desolation Sound. Looks like it might be a nice day today. I won't turn this into the sun, but the sun's just coming over the mountaintops. And the barometer has risen. Quite chilly. Just had a funny thing happen. Battery number 1 just went completely dead. I hope that doesn't happen to number 2. I hope I can fix it later today. Anyhow, we've got just 3.5 hours to make it to the rapids. No time to spare. That's the lookout behind. happens later. On the way to the large passage. Well, we've just gone through the Lard Passage at Yakulta Rapids, and this is the view looking back. Clouds are very pretty this morning. We're heading over to Den Rapids, there's no problems. It's about 9:30 in the morning, and I've been up since 5:15. We've gotten most of the distance done for the day, so we'll just fool around, maybe try and catch a fish, maybe stop at a restaurant, just lay back. There's Suzanne.
Morning.
Morning. Oh, and there's our new autopilot, Kim. Marilyn's been retired. And there's some more scenery around us here. The high pressure has moved into the area, so it's much clearer now. It was quite cold this morning, damp. Maybe we'll be having some nicer weather. Oh, it's been pretty good up to now. That's Den Rapid just up ahead. Way over on the beach there, in Shoal Bay, is Suzanne digging clams. I'm standing on the government pier. There's the little resort we came up to see, but it has a sign that says it's closed. Limited service in May and July, or May and June. I'll swing around here to Phillips Arm. That's the scene you get out of the lodge, looking up Phillips Arm. And there's our trusty vessel Dancer. We've got the crab pot down next to the dock with some cat food in it. But I checked it after about 15 minutes and there was nothing there, so maybe I'll go try and catch a fish and use the fish for crab bait. There's the clam digger again. This is a picture of the little house just at the end of the government pier in Shoal Bay. I think they use it to store kayaks and things now for the lodge. It's really a picturesque little little building with the moss growing off the ceiling, off the roof, I mean. I tried to walk over closer to where Suzanne was, but I'm on a lawn that's real mucky and I don't have any boots on. This is as far as I can go. She's been down here for about an hour, so she must be getting something. She's having a real good time digging around in the mud there.
I'm gonna teach you.
There's the little clam digger. Well, what did you find?
Two kinds of clams. Would you like to see?
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Bigger ones that look like this,
Mm-hmm.
and little ones that look like this.
Well, I know those are called, but little ones are called butter clams.
These ones were much deeper. I chopped up their up. Should I try to find one more and then I'll go?
Okay. Oops. There's a couple of bald eagles soaring over Shoal Bay. Or are they vultures?
No, they look like bald eagles. They had white heads.
Well, here we're watching a prawn boat pull in their traps. In about 10 minutes, when they're done with their traps, we're going to go over and buy some prawns. They have a regular trap line, and the traps are marked by these orange floats. They come alongside, pull them up, empty them real fast, and then rebait them. Now he's going to move on to the next trap. We'll go follow. Today is June 1st. Suzanne and I spent a real relaxed day. We left Port Harvey this morning and went through a narrow passage up to Minstrel Island, and we ate lunch there and then took naps at the dock for about 3 hours, and then came through a little passage called Blowhole? Yeah, Blowhole Passage, which was kind of tight, but no problems. Then we came out into beautiful Cleo Passage, which I'm taking a picture of right now. Suzanne had a great big greasy hamburger for lunch and isn't feeling 100%. About an hour and a half ago, I said, well, let's try and catch a salmon. So we put the line over the side, and nothing happened, and when I finally hauled it in, just at the boat, there was a nice little Chinook salmon on there. I'd say about, maybe 20 inches long. Not big, but just perfect for dinner. And I'm going to go through the sun here. Boom. So we're just motoring along, and we're going to be putting into, I think it's called Pot Bay. That's we'll be at in about another 15 minutes. We've got lots of time to make it to Port Hardy. Today is Wednesday, and we don't really have to be in there till Saturday morning, and it's probably only about, well, less than 40 miles away. So we'll fool around here, maybe catch some more crabs. We caught crabs for dinner last night. Last night's dinner was crabs and clams, compliments of Suzanne. And there's the kid. Behind the GPS. I think she's having a good time. I don't think she'd want to do it for 2 weeks, but she's having a good time for 1 week.
Am I supposed to say something?
No, I guess not. Well, we've just come into a little bay near Potts Lagoon. A few minutes, about an hour and a half after catching the salmon, we put the salmon head in the crab trap and set it, and Suzanne went out after 45 minutes and she said there's 7 crabs in there, some of them small. So maybe we're getting the hang of it, which is to put a lot of bait in, fresh bait, and do it near high tide. That's what the book said. So here we have Captain Pekka Salminen sailing on the Pacific Ocean. And we're fishing off the back and at the same time fishing, eating lunch, and sailing, but not much wind. So today is June 6, 1994, and in the background is Namu, which we're just leaving. Pekka and I came into Namu about 2 hours ago. 2 summers ago, I guess, 1992. The store was open, they had a telephone, and the cafe was open. But now things seem to have gone downhill a little bit, although they're still trying to get some investors. We met a Polish guy there who has a small business diving for sea urchins and selling them to Japan. Let's see, as usual, there's the Avon out behind us. I'll just pan around here. This is a typical beautiful day. Clouds, rain, sun, and so on. We're sailing wing on wing. Wind is off the port quarter. And we're going just about 3 knots, which is maybe a good speed for fishing. And there's our lunch. There's 1 fish down in that bucket, and tonight we'll try and catch crab. Last night Pekka caught 3 flounder, and we had them for dinner. He doesn't believe me that I can catch salmon, so I have to prove to him that I can, and catch crabs.
Let us see.
And then we'll see. Okay. Do you have anything to say, sir?
I don't believe that we will catch any salmon today.
Uh-huh. Well, he is...
That's my comment.
Uh-huh. He is on record as saying that. So we'll see if he's... So it's still June 6th. And we're in a beautiful little harbor. Near where the one that I hit the rock in the first year. And Pekka's out in the dinghy checking the crab trap. We caught a few little fish or a couple little fish when we came in here, and Pekka's very enthusiastic about fishing now. So we're going to try and smoke them for dinner. I'm just taking these because I thought he looked real good out there with the sun shining on him. It's about it's almost 9 o'clock at night, and as you can see, it's still very bright. The sun's above the horizon. This is the first time out in the outboard for Pekka. And here he comes, and we'll find out if we got crabs or not. Let's hold on a minute and see. The sun's right in his eyes, that's why I think he's covering them up. Soon we will see. He must have something there. Wow! Alright. Probably too small to keep, but he's pleased. We call this shot Canadian Sunset. Peck and I just had a dinner of the red rock crabs that he caught. Not a lot of meat, but pretty good. And we're sitting in the cockpit finishing dinner, just enjoying this beautiful sunset and listening to Kiri Takanawa. Be very nice if Rosie were here. This is Bella Bella, June 7th, 1994. Becca salmon and getting clean. That's the hotel at Bella Bella. We're just waiting for the fuel dock to open. It's a few minutes before 1 and they seem to close from 12 to 1. We just took on water, made telephone calls, and we'll be proceeding on north. Today is June 8th, 1994. Pekka and I are sailing down, I think, next to Princess Royal Island. We're about 20 minutes from Buttedale. For about the last hour and a half, we had a nice following wind. You can see the wind vane up at the top there. We're going along between 6 and 7 knots. Now the wind is a little lighter. Well, it started out kind of a very misty, rainy day. We had rain on and off all day. The barometer is very high, though, and the clouds are now breaking up and lifting. Looks like we might have a nice evening. We plan to anchor near Buttedale. Maybe we'll explore a little bit there. Let's just look around here, see what we can see. That, of course, is looking back from whence we came. Today is June 11th, 1994. We're sailing north in Grenville Channel, Pekka and I. Today started out as a stormy, windy day. All night long it rained on and off. Very dreary evening. We were tied up to a mooring buoy in some narrows near Hartley Bay. But once we turned up into Grenville Channel this morning, the wind came aft. The tide is with us, so we're having a real nice passage. Even with the gray clouds, the scenery is really pretty fine, as you can see. Morale is good in spite of the weather. Pekka's great company. He knows when to be cheerful and when not to be cheerful. We don't know where we're going to stop tonight. We're almost up to Lowy Inlet. An hour and a half later we'll be at Clue Nugget. And early evening we'll be at Baker Inlet. We've got the tide with us the whole day, so we might just keep going north. There are gale warnings for tomorrow evening, or even tomorrow afternoon, so I'm a little antsy about that. But it might be a good idea to get as close to Prince Rupert this evening, even though it'd be awfully nice to show Pekka some of these gorgeous anchorages. I think Pekka thinks that I must have just caught a fish, because he's looking at the hole there. Did something happen?
I know. I'm just studying.
Uh-huh.
This is sort of
Oh. Pekka's looking for ideas for fishing in Unia. That's looking south down Grenville. We're running wing on wing. Wind just behind us. We're going around 4.5 knots through the water and 6.5 knots over the bottom because of the following tide. Well, not much more to see in terms of the scenery. Maybe I can go back in the cockpit and shoot some public interest for the audience. Let's take a picture of these are the magical feet from Helsinki. He's a very talented musician here. Pekka, what?
As we say, terveydeksi, which means for your health,
Uh-huh.
is at the same time for the life, because without health there is no, well, there is life, but
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
one cannot sail.
So looking back.
What's life without sailing?
Uh-huh, that's true. Well, what's life without women?
That was your comment,
Yeah.
but you asked my comment.
Tell me what has sailing meant to you, and why did you start?
Well, it just completely changed my life. And why did I start? Because I was 40 and I only worked. Also we have long summer holidays in Finland. I didn't, until 40 I never had, I was proud to tell that I don't have holiday, because my philosophy at that time that if you need holiday, then your lifetime is not correct, is wrong. Because I mean
You mean you're
I mean, if
You don't have the right
you need
word.
holiday, then you mean you because look, those farmers 100, 200 years ago, they didn't know holidays. They didn't need holidays.
Oh no, they had no choice.
Well,
You
their lifestyle was not so stressing.
well, I think they just had to work all the time.
They had their time for rest. During winter time, they couldn't do for farming, so they were doing some other things.
Uh-huh.
So this is. So, but anyhow, that was my philosophy, that if you need a holiday,
Uh-huh.
summer holiday, then you must have something wrong with you. And I was thinking that my profession is such that it's enough. For one, that profession to be an architect is enough for everybody. Well, I don't know how happy my family was, but suddenly one warm summer day during holiday season in Finland, I just noticed that I could do something else in my life than only work. And then I asked myself, what could it be? And then I noticed, well, because so many architects are interested in sailing, there must be something special in sailing. Because I trusted on my colleagues, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And we lived 18 years we had lived only 300 meters from the sea.
Uh-huh.
And very nice harbor and very nice archipelago. And I never went to the sea. And I remember before this happened, I mean, maybe it was 5 years before that, it was one local party, some Christmas party or as we call little Christmas party, something like that. And we were invited to somebody's place, and there were maybe 10 couples, and everybody were sailors, and the host of the evening, he told me, Pirkko and me, and he told me how fantastic it is to sail, and you should join our club and to start to sail. And his words went in here and out here. I didn't care. I was not interested at all. I didn't have sailing. There are only some 6 letters or something like that for one who doesn't know what it could mean. I mean, so nobody pushed me at that summer July day when I was alone, and I thought something I should do. But before start to sail, you have to buy a boat. That's how we started.
You were never on a sailboat before?
Once when I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
One day, it was my first boss, and he had a sailing boat.
Mm-hmm.
He shared it with some other architects, and they took some 10 of us, 10 architects working in his office for sailing in Helsinki. We lived at that time in Tampere. He took us to Helsinki. I got terrible seasick during some 2-3 hours sailing, some nice Sunday noon in Helsinki. I got so seasick that when I had an office with, I established my own practice, and I had an office with 2 other guys, and when one of them, when he heard that we split already in 1980, and when I started to sail in 1982, and when he heard that Pekka is sailing, he said, "Oh, how it's possible?" Well, I thought that he got so seasick that he will never start sailing, like you. So I was, and second thing, I was born in Tampere, well, not, which is around by sea, freshwater lakes. And well, we didn't have summer house, my parents, but we went to my aunt's summer house, and when I was young, and it was very romantic comparing to sea. I mean, romantic small lake, not so small, but comparing to sea, it was small. And I was afraid of sea. It is true. I already left almost 20 years in Helsinki, 500 meters from the seashore, and I was afraid of sea, big sea. I mean, it's something too big for me. Those 2 things I was terribly sensitive, seasickness and big seas. That's why I couldn't think about sailing.
Well, in what way did sailing change your life? I mean, I know you like to sail.
It changed my life in that way that I got well,
philosophically.
two ways at least. First is that I got a deep hobbies, maybe not.
Deep interest.
Deep interest, and beside my work, and I have heard that in order to be in order to be happy human being, one must have one very deep interest besides your work. Otherwise, you cannot fully.
I believe that.
It is, yeah, but I heard some philosopher who said that. I wrote it down in my book. But so that's one thing, and the second important thing was that we got the whole family. We got lifelong, I suppose, lifelong, I believe, lifelong interest. And it took my sons, who were at that time over 15, so already grown-up people. We went again more close,
Uh-huh.
That was very important because I found some hobby to discuss with them, some interest to discuss with mine, and also with Pirkko, but especially with the boys because boys were already that time a bit far away from my life. And even that time, that way of course, my life changed because sailing changed my life because I decided to sail to Dubrovnik.
Mm-hmm.
I never was in Dubrovnik, but I just.
Of course, that trip.
I mean, without sailing boat, I would never have gone to even Unia.
But now I wonder. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, God. But the trip to Dubrovnik, it changed your life, but it also changed your wife.
That's what Pirkko thinks, but
You think it would have happened anyhow?
yeah.
I told
Well, yeah.
I told Rose that the last week of this trip, I'm going to be single-handing, and maybe I'll come back and want to change.
Are you going to be single-handed?
Yeah, last week.
In Alaska?
No, further south.
Oh.
In British Columbia. I thought I would just try it and see how I like it.
Haven't you ever been?
Only for one day.
Uh-huh.
I can sail the boat easily myself,
Yeah.
but usually I have somebody with me just for companionship. So what's going to happen in the next 10 years?
I'm not going to sail around the world because I never had. It's interesting that when I had been sailing, let's say 5 years or something, well, a couple of years, I had I got a strong feeling that I would like to sail in the Mediterranean. I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
Some certain feeling sail there. Although I didn't know Finnish archipelago as well as I should. I mean, I could sail there 20 years without knowing it. So Pirkko wasn't happy that because maybe she knew something was wrong in my life because I wanted to go as far away. Even I didn't know, I didn't sail through Finnish archipelago.
So, and then you won't sail around the world, but what?
Exactly.
But you,
I forgot.
But between between
yeah.
57 and
And-
67.
No, yeah, look, many sailors, I think most of the sailors has a dream to sail around world or
Uh-huh.
Atlantic. I mean, in deep heart I have.
Yeah.
I suppose they are thinking to go someplace. Well, Alaska at least. But I never had, and I still don't have any need to. I have no more need to sail long. Maybe, well, I can tell you that just this morning I was thinking that it would be possible to sail Isadora once back to Unia. But then you want somebody should, I or somebody else should follow her, be all the time on the boat.
Uh-huh.
And I don't believe that when I am going to be retired, that I would stay only on the boat because it is not.
Yeah.
It's a little bit for me waste of my life.
Uh-huh.
Only sailing.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand people who do that, but the guy who that Elba guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know why he is sailing here alone.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
After 6 years. I mean, because understand that fishing is your profession, and if you are fisherman, but if you have earnings or whatever you have, and you are sailing years after years, having lazy. No, it's not lazy life.
It's monotonous.
At least it is not for me.
Yeah.
I don't,
You think
I
some?
don't think I should do something
Co-
more.
Why would you ever retire?
I will not.
No.
I have no idea to retire. No, architects usually know retire.
Mhm.
Normal.
Okay, well, we'll continue. We're at anchor about 18 miles south of Prince Rupert, and there's a very strange phenomena. It's cloudy and the sun's about to go down. It's a little bit after 10, and as you see here, there's this bright red glow right on the sea, as if it's on fire. Today was a long day. We left from near Hartley Bay and went the complete length of Grenville Channel, and then came up in this anchorage about 18 miles from Dixon Entrance, so it's about 52 miles. I didn't plan it being that long, but we had a good wind behind us and current with us, so we just kept going. Today's June 14th. It's a Tuesday. Pekka Salminen left yesterday from Prince Rupert. He had a real good time in spite of the fact that the weather wasn't great. As you can see here from the color of the sky, we finally got some clear weather. There's been a low pressure over the area for several weeks. That's given us southeasterly winds, but a lot of rain. Rain, rain, rain. I'm now at the north end of Dundas Island. Tim Broadman came in this morning, and we left about 11 o'clock and had a nice run up to Dundas. We were actually able to sail a lot of the time. And now we're fishing. We saw a collection of fishing boats a couple miles away, and we went over, and I think maybe we're all just wishing. Although coming over here, we went through a pass by some islands, and a lot of fish showed up on the fish finder. We don't know if they were real or not. Here's Tim sitting here. Where is Tim? There he is.
Howdy.
Howdy, he says.
They were electronic fish.
They're electronic fish, which are the best type. We're trolling with the jib partially rolled up, going about 2 knots. We're going to spend the night in Brundage Inlet, then leave early in the morning. I think this high will continue, and it'll probably be pretty calm, and we'll run over probably to Foggy Bay tomorrow, and then into Ketchikan the day after that. Everything's going fine on the trip so far. Caught a lot of crabs at Prince Rupert. An incredible number, in fact. There were 11 crabs in the trap after fishing for about an hour and a half off the end of the dock. Pekka really loved that. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. Today is June 20th, 1994. I'm tied up at the float in Myers Chuck. And as you see, that's Ben rowing around. He joined me last night in Ketchikan, and Tim's with me from Prince Rupert. We left Ketchikan this morning. And let's see if I can look around Myers Chuck here. It's kind of a lovely and funky old place. That's more Myers Chuck. That's Myers Chuck. No, that's Tim Chuck. No, Tim Myers. Plan to push on a little later today and go into Vixen Harbor once the tide comes up. See if we can maybe get some crabs later on.
You want me to explain the salmon trollers to you?
Yeah,
Can you explain what how the ball is
yeah, go ahead.
hooked on?
Go ahead. Tim Broadman from the National Marine Fisheries Department.
This is the heavy lead. This would be trolled closest to the boat. It's the deepest line. The wire line runs through an insulator. The insulator is attached to a line called the tag line. The tag line runs up to the outrigger pole. This is what spreads the line away from the boat. And how they get it to spread away from the boat is as the line goes out, after he gets it to the depth he likes, he puts on a little ring on the wire. And it runs out the line and hits the insulator. And eventually stops the insulator, and tension occurs to the tag line and causes the lead to swing out and ways away from the boat. So the boat can run up to 6, 7 lines or more sometimes. Off the main line here, they clip their leaders, and they run about a leader every 2 to 3 fathoms. And each leader has 1 hook. That's all you need to know. Now you're a master salmon fisherman.
Thank you, Tim Broadman.
Probably 5 or 6 Dahl's porpoise.
Out to Annan Bay. Just watching the porpoises play around the bow. It's 21st of June. We caught 6 crabs this morning in Vixen Harbor. We're going to cook those up when we get to the Annan Bay Bear Preserve. Ben watching the porpoises. Last year he was doing this quite a bit, and I didn't get his picture, so I said, oh, you got to get his picture.
Hey, Ben, how many are there now?
They seem to love to come up and stay with us as long as Ben is there. My boy. Today's still the 21st of June, and we're at the Annan Bay Bear Preserve. We came in a few minutes ago, and we hiked up here. I haven't seen any bear, and there's nowhere near as many fish in the river as there was 2 years ago. But Tim thinks he sees some out there, so he's down by the river casting. Oh, I guess he's got a fish, huh? Wow. Good for Tim. got 5 fresh crabs waiting for us back at the boat, so we'll have to see what we're going to do with the salmon. Pretty good size. I don't know if we should leave the salmon around with all the bears, with the bears that might come. I guess he's not going to let that one go. That's good. Seems stuck one. Oops, yeah, he sure has. I'll let Ben play this one. Come on, Ben, fight him. Pretty good size. And we'll keep that off. No, it's still on there. This must be a bigger one than the first. Oh boy. That is a nice salmon. Well, Ben's into another one. Oh, just lost it. the rapids. Tim will have to do it. Okay.
This luscious salmon, shiny, silver, and scaly, just came out from the river of, where are we?
Annan Bay.
Annan Bay. Beautiful, slippery, only $3.99. It'll give you, your family, a nice hearty meal. And if you ask now, we'll throw in his kid too. Yep, me and Tim caught him.
You caught the big one, right, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah, you caught the biggest one and we turned it loose. Beautiful fish. Hold it up.
Well, we've just come out of Annan Bear Creek, and it's real calm and a nice day. Thought I'd shoot this video around. You see where Dancer's moored up over there. That's the float in front of the Forest Service cabin near where those guys shot at us 2 years ago. Now there's a wooden float and a sign saying, "Don't tie to this."
Actually, it's reserved for the users of the cabin.
Just a gorgeous evening.
In the background, you'll hear Ben casting his rod to catch another salmon.
Okay, Ben, why don't you tell what you're doing?
Well, we caught some crabs today right here, and well, Tim's fishing for halibut.
But what are you doing?
Yeah, but I am taking out the meat for the crab for tomorrow's lunch. See? Kind of all I got so far. But there's a lot of meat, and it's a pretty hard procedure. See? Their shell, you can get this part, and their shell's pretty hard. So we use a nut cracker to crack it and easen it up. Then you crumple it open and take all the white stuff that's soft. And it's not very hard to determine what the meat is. And that's how you get meat from a crab.
Did you just have a bath?
Oh yeah,
You
a
look-
nice bath. I froze and I got warm towards the end, but it was worth it.
Yeah, I bet you feel real fresh now.
But there's a lot of mosquitoes.
And we're also going to have some of that salmon from the Annan Creek. So we won't go hungry tonight.
You guys don't think I'm gonna do it.
Is it warm?
Yeah! Real warm! Oh.
First swim in Alaska. We're in Wrangell Narrows. Beautiful sunny day.
Be careful. Don't fall back.
Jeez, it's cold. Okay, finish swimming.
You want to try the emergency ladder?
Sure, hurry, go.
Well, you'll have to jump in the water. Tim will pull the boat up, and then you pull.
Run!
Then you pull the what?
Let out the ladder.
No, you got to do it yourself from the water. You pull the white cord,
Where is the white cord?
hanging in the water.
Oh. Guys. It better work.
Just try it.
I'm gonna kill this. No!
Just pull it.
Don't hurt yourself. Be careful. Take your time.
Yeah, take your time, Ben. You're on the wrong side of the ladder.
Use your feet up the ladder. Hold on with your hands and use your feet.
Okay.
Well, I did it!
You sure did.
I wish I hadn't.
Today's around June 23rd or 24th. We've been in Petersburg since yesterday. We just fueled up, not fueled up, we just put water in Dancer. And we're ready to pull out of Petersburg. Petersburg's just a wonderful place to hang out because it's just an honest fishing town, no tourism. Ben really started to get into fishing here in Petersburg. He's been down at the end of the dock there for about 2 hours catching little fish. Tim gave him a spinning reel to use, and we had a little herring jig. Let's go down. While we walk down the dock here, you can